Welcome back. It's time for the review. Now, you would be forgiven for thinking that Mr. Katayama was in a fairly disastrous situation, but to his credit, Mr. Katayama made the best of this situation. He was able to form new friendships with many of the locals. He even taught boxing lessons to many of the children, and he seemed to become a fully fledged member of the community. However, Mr. Katayama knew that this wouldn't last. He wasn't getting paid any money for his lessons, and he knew that eventually he would have to leave. But luckily for him, his friendships with the locals seemed to pay off. Many of the locals in the town he was staying in were able to contact the Ministry of Culture and arrange a day trip to Machu Picchu, only for him. Quite the experience.
Pay off. And for Katayamas, it's definitely one for the history books. Now, in a year that was full of negativity, it was great that we could see Katayama in this situation and that people can still do what they love or make meaningful connections. And his story is one that we can definitely spread and be glad to hear.
One for the history books. Many tourists pay thousands of US dollars to go and see sites like Machu Picchu.
Right.
Why do you think that a site like Machu Picchu is so valuable to people?
Well, it's so historic. I believe the article mentioned that it was built around 1450 AD. And it's so historic. We don't know how long it's going to be preserved in the way that it is. And for people, it's just, also like the article said, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It's not something you're going to do on a regular day out.
It seems like one of the modern, if you can call it modern, wonders of the world.
Yep.
It's somewhere that I think anybody who likes traveling would love to see. So why not invest that money in it if you can?
Right.
Yeah. Now, is there, like, if you could have a place to yourself, any kind of touristy spot in the world, where would you want to go and why? And also, what would you do there?
I wouldn't go anywhere fancy. I would just like a place to myself. Get away from all the noise. Have the place to oneself. What about you?
Well, I suppose I would like to go maybe to a nice small canal town. Without any touts, without anybody trying to sell things to me. I would just have a nice boat to myself and just paddle down the canal. That will do it from us today. Thank you very much and see you for Unit 2. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.